have probably over 20 acres of pollinator habitat spread across our various farms, probably seven different miles apart. We have 2 to 3 acre plots on either gravelly knolls or wet spots that we established years ago because we weren't farming those anyway, and to drop expensive seed in that area didn't make sense. So we established the perennials and its pollinator habitat. It looks really pretty. We get the yellow golden Alexander in the spring, we get the purple asters in the fall, and in between we have all sorts of really cool pollinators that we love to see.
The pollinator plots, of course, you got to follow the USDA guidelines on them, but we put them in on some filter strips and some corners and stuff. We got some sandier soils in Mason County, irrigated soils, and we put some of them in pollinators. We're big wildlife people. My wife is. I mean, she's always loves to see the wildlife coming up to the farm.
We started with the CSP program, and then now it evolved into the Equip program, and it's been real good for us. But we have beehives. We don't have them ourselves, but people bring them in, and we have them near the pollinator plots. And the bees, of course, just love the pollinators because we don't do any crop spraying around them. It's just a natural habitat. So
now that you can finally apply for CRP, I have a piece of ground. I mean, in the late 90s, we farmed most of it, and over the last however many years, it's just gotten more and more wet and, like less profitable. And, we used to farm it in one direction, and now we're farming it in another direction to get around all the low spots where they hold water. And so I finally was able to get an application in for CRP, and I don't know what's going to happen, but my hope is to, it would be better off servicing, it really brings, obviously on my farm, it brings the profitability down on the good side of the field when you have a really crappy side. But to me, I just think it would better serve wildlife of some kind, whether it be, wetlands for ducks, or maybe planting a special grass that would be, or special, I don't know what it would be, a special seed of some kind that would be like more pollinator friendly or something like that.
Pollinator habitat is in a CSP, part of it, half of it, 3 acres, in a continuing conservation reserve program. And then the other pollinators that are on the gravelly hills, that was a conservation stewardship program that has expired. But even after the expiration, we didn't go and dig up those pollinator habitats. Those perennials are still there, doing what they need to do to enrich the soil and bring the pollinators in, and that benefits all our plants around there.
And we've always been very conservation-minded people. I've been no-till for 40 years. Cover crops almost all them years. I'm 100% cover crop grower now. We put in pollinator plots. We got CRP ground, so conservation has been a strong aspect in our farm for years.
And we just think we're doing a little bit for the environment. It's good for us because we're leaving the good land that we're farming corn and soybeans on, and the land that really was not productive, we're making better with these pollinators.